Our next guest is Wendy Longwood. Wendy is the COO of Dress for Success Worldwide. How you doing, Wendy?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Hi, Wendy.
So tell us about Dress for Success.
Dress for Success is an international nonprofit organization. It was founded about 20 years ago here in New York City, and its mission is to empower women to achieve economic independence. And we've grown from that first startup in New York City 21 years ago to a presence in 30 countries around the world, and last year we served our millionth woman.
Well, it's a lot harder for women to dress for success than for men. Because, this is like off the rack, Look, Brian and I are rarely creative here.
Yeah. No, I'm central casting for one of two things, either a lawyer or an extra in The Sopranos.
Exactly. Yeah, potato, potato.
Yeah.
But what about women? How do they find the guidance they need in order to dress for the part?
So our organization, it's really a very simple concept. Women who are unemployed and looking for work are referred to our organization. They go to one of our many affiliates where they actually have what's kind of like a boutique experience, rather than it's not going through racks and racks of used clothing by any means. No, hardly. It's actually really cool. Our boutique here in New York, when you go down to it, there's a little waiting area where women come in and they sit in these really nice chairs, and then they wait for their personal shopper to come get them and take them to the other side of the mirror to the dressing rooms. And they actually are brought outfits, and we have a three-way mirror. And so women kind of come out after they're dressed in what a stylist or a shopper has picked out for them, and you see their confidence just blossom. So it goes from sort of sitting, not knowing what's in front of them in this, waiting area, to standing in front of the mirror and feeling empowered and finding that look for them that makes them feel strong and confident and ready to get the job and take on the world.
Wendy, I first of all, congratulations on what you're doing and running a business. And I have a COO who's a very dynamic, professional woman. One thing, though, that we're dealing with is the millennial generation. Mm-hmm. And do you find that, look, everyone wants to be casual. Everyone wants to work in a quality of life, flexible environment. Is that
wearing
something?
Jeans underneath this coat?
More disclosures you might be given here. This is getting exciting, folks. Tell us, though, a little bit is there some type of balance between dressing for success and being comfortable? What's your perspective?
There is. One of the things that we do is that we want to understand what kind of environment a woman is going in to interview for. So you're not going to wear the same thing to a creative ad agency as you're going to wear to a legal firm or a financial firm interview. So part of it is that, and part of it is what she's comfortable in. So you have to, for you to feel strong and for you to feel confident and you to feel powerful, you also have to be comfortable in your own skin. So it's a balance between what works for you, the right environment, but there is something to be said for sort of stepping up to that next thing that you want to be. So dress for how you want to be recognized and respected in your place of work. And so that's part of what we help to create for those women.
You feel you're taking on a little bit of I grew up with a grandparent and parents who, hey, you got to look a certain way, you got to dress a certain way. Are we losing some of that in society, and you guys are maybe filling a role there for some of these young folks?
I don't know that we're filling a role. I think that we've, and it's really interesting, our demographic sort of span from millennials all the way up into
So there's no typical end user
There
here.
isn't, and in fact, our largest growing demographic is the over 50 population.
Really?
Globally and within the U.S. And one of the things, too, that I think people don't as fully understand about us is that dressing piece of it is just the beginning of what we do, because we're really about, at the end of the day, we want women to have economic opportunity. We want to lift women out of poverty. So once a woman is part of the Dress for Success family and part of that fold, she's on a journey with us, not only to get a job, but to retain the job, to get promoted, to get financial education so that she understands how to have a budget, how to use her money wisely and kind of invest and prepare for the future. And there's a ripple effect. So it doesn't just affect that woman, it affects her family, it affects her community. So it's really about affecting and impacting economies.
Yeah, clothing is just the hook, which is an easy way to,
the first step in.
Of course, yeah. And what type of changes do you see in people when, they're encountering situations like unemployment, which can be very crushing, and then you bring them in and you dress them and they feel beautiful?
The first thing is that confidence boost. That confidence boost translates into that confidence at an interview, and that translates into a confidence in the workplace and the resources to learn how to navigate a workplace effectively and how to position yourself for growth and for continuing on that journey and being successful.
Wow.
think it's outstanding. I was, in Times Square yesterday, and I saw they're doing a remake of My Fair Lady. And
Yeah.
as you're talking
Yeah.
about this, I'm thinking of Pygmalion.
I saw it. It's great.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of
I've heard
what
about that,
confidence of Eliza Doolittle, and that sounded what it's sounding like. I think it's a great
Yeah,
venture.
it's really exciting. We're actually kind of queuing up. Giving Tuesday is this sort of big philanthropic day in November, at the end of November, after you go and spend all your money on stuff and the retail season. And our theme this year is it's a Dress for Success power piece. It's what makes you powerful, what makes you feel confident. So we're really celebrating that moment. That's that entry point to our organization, and celebrating that experience of finding yourself, finding your confidence, and then grabbing the world and making it yours.
That's awesome, Wendy. Doing great work. Wendy Longwood from Dress for Success. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you for having
Wendy.
me.